Hi everyone, welcome to Franka's Fab Family. I am Franka.
And I'm Gabriel.
And today we are cooking
chicken pot pie.
We are cooking a chicken pot pie today, but we also have some news. What is happening today?
We have a hurricane named Idalia.
Idalia on its way. Where is she currently located?
Near Cuba.
Near Cuba. How many miles per hour?
90
miles an hour. That's a pretty dangerous storm. So we hope all of you families over there in Cuba are prepared and safe, and everyone in the passing of this hurricane is safe. What are some of the things that our family did, Gabriel, to prepare for the hurricane?
We bought food and water.
Yeah. What are some of the things we did around the house?
We bring stuff that can fit inside so it doesn't get blown away by the wind.
Yes. Why is that dangerous if things go blowing all over the place in the storm?
Because it could hit a window and break it.
It can hit a window, it can destroy a home. Should we go outside when the storm starts?
No.
No, why not?
Because it's dangerous.
It's very, very dangerous. So we hope all of you families out there in Florida that you have prepared yourself and prepared your family well. Here's another opportunity, I think, to teach your children how to stay safe and keep safe. Is very important. What are some of the essential things that families should do to ensure their safety at home?
Food, water, medicine. And if you have a pet, buy them food and water.
Yes, make sure you have extra food and water for your family, at least for 5 to 10 days, because sometimes if power goes out, we don't know if it's going to be restored. The last storm that we had here, I think we were out without power for about 7 days, so get some ice. Make sure that you put your ice maker on if you have one, or buy a bag of ice, put extra ice in your freezer and things like that. The reason why I think it's very critical that you involve your children in the preparation, people have to understand that everything that you're doing with your children, you're preparing them for future life. You're preparing them with the experience. I saw some people, just the adults outside packing up stuff, taking down things, but my children were actually with me. One, because I'm the only adult in the house, but two, I just think it's important that you show children how things function. If they don't know and they don't get involved and have their hands on the ground when an emergency is happening, they have not mentally prepared to actually see and prepare themselves to actually even know what is supposed to happen. And I think we're doing our children a big disservice if we don't take time to teach them. So here we go. We have already prepared everything that we need to prepare. So we hope again that this storm passes us. No damages to properties, homes, and everything like that. We pray that everyone is safe and sound at home. And now we are going to cook. We are going to cook chicken pot pie today. I am going to do one and Gabriel is going to do one. So, yeah, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go. Before we start cooking, I want you guys at home to see what 3 whole chicken cut up look like in my house. We are a family of 4, and I normally cook for a day and a half or 2 days. So I will cook a portion that will feed us today and more than likely will feed us lunch tomorrow. So it's 6 chicken breasts, 6 chicken thighs, 6 wings, 6 drumsticks and everything, but this is how it looks cut up. So all of these are the chicken breasts and chicken thighs. The thighs have been taken off the bone and cut up, and I would normally use this for one of them we're going to use today for the chicken pot pie. We do a lot of empanadas or tacos, and then maybe a curry. This one we do in the Caribbean, they do a lot of food on the bone. We keep a lot of our meats on the bone. So here you will have the back, some of the thinner parts of the chicken legs, the drumstick cut up, the breastplates, the back of the breastplates, but I like to leave meat on it because this I will make a stew or a curry. And then here you have all the chicken wings or the other parts of the chicken legs that did not spill over. So this I would fry or put in the air fryer or bake it for barbecue or whatever. But as you can see, you will get way more food if you buy a whole chicken and cut it up. And some of the supermarkets actually will cut it it for you if you ask. I know in our Publix, I will take a whole chicken and I will go to the butcher area and I will say, can you please cut this up for me? And they will cut it up, but then I will bring it home, cut it up even smaller, and then clean it and bag it up. But I wanted you guys to see. So sometimes you will go and buy 2 chicken breasts for, let's say, roughly anything between $10 to $15 just for 2 chicken breasts, but you can get a whole chicken. One whole chicken will give you sometimes twice as much meat for your family, and it will be cheaper. Normally it's $12. I bought each whole chicken for $12. So all of this chicken right here, it cost me $36. So, and this is going to feed my family for nearly 2 weeks. So this is just a little tip. It's just a little bit more work, but it will stretch your money out every month, as well as your kids and family will get hot, healthy meals. The ingredients you will need for your chicken pot pie are, I have 2 chicken breasts and 1 chicken thigh here. I have 1 tablespoon of adobo, half a cup of flour. That's to just support the puff pastry to flour the surface. 1 cup of green seasoning. Please check out my green seasoning video so you can see how you make this. But if you don't have the green seasoning, basically you're going to chop up onions, peppers, several kind of peppers, the red onions, the yellow onions, maybe a half or a whole pepper of each until you get as much seasoning as you would like. Then we have a half a tablespoon of red chili flakes, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and 2 tablespoons of butter.
You will also need 2 pie crusts, 2 cups of broccoli, 2 cups of heavy cream, 2 puff pastry sheets, and 2 cups of carrots.
Because we are doing 2 chicken pot pies, the recipe has been doubled. So if you're only doing 1, just divide it by a half. Divide the recipe by half. So I am going to allow Gabriel to do 1 chicken. So I am going to split
the chicken portion in half.
Yeah. And then we are going to split what in half, Gabe?
The seasoning.
The green seasoning. You want to do that? Or you want me to do it?
You can go first.
Okay. So I'm going to put half of it on mine and then half of it on his.
Yes.
And Gabe, we're going to mix it without making a mess everywhere, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's mix everything up. Fold it on itself. You can do that. You can always season this ahead of time. The longer the seasoning sits on the meat, the more flavorful it will be. But to me, it's just as good if you do it fresh as well. So you can season this ahead of time and put it in the refrigerator for a couple hours or even a day. Cover it down, and then all of this marinade will get deep inside of it. You have some on the bottom, Gabe. So fold it all, yeah. Fold it all on top of it.
Some on the bottom. I did not notice that. Gotta fold it.
Yeah.
Like you're folding something.
Yeah. Fold it on
Place it on
itself
top.
until every bit of it is covered with the green
Do you
seasoning.
think this is good?
See? I think that's perfect.
Okay.
See? Right? So are you ready to cook?
Yes.
Let's get cooking.
Now we're gonna saute the chicken. First you add about a teaspoon of olive oil, a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Now you add the chicken. And now you're gonna mix. While your chicken is cooking, you can add the rest of your seasoning. Now you will let your chicken cook for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Always make sure to check your pot. This has been going for a little while now. The smaller pieces of chicken, they are cooked, but the more larger pieces, they can go a little while. But as you can see, the green seasoning released a lot of liquid, and because we have the heavy cream, we don't want a soupy consistency. So we're going to leave this uncovered again for about 3 to 4 minutes. You can turn the fire up to let it dry down, and it will thicken the sauce. And then Gabriel is going to add the rest of the ingredients.
I wanted to check out the storm real quick and show you what we have done. So we moved all of the plants, the chairs, and the table all against the wall so they don't get blown away by the wind. And we got a tiny set of heavy rain, but not much. So now it's drizzling right now. And I hope all you families are safe. So now we're gonna go check on the food. Now that the chicken is done, we're gonna add the broccoli, the carrots, the butter, and the heavy cream. Now we're going to bring the pot back up to a boil, and when it's done boiling, we're going to turn it off. Now we're going to turn off the pot and let it cool and deal with the pie crust.
You did a really great job, Gabriel, with the filling.
Thank you, Mommy.
Excellent. You've added another meal to your meals.
Yeah.
You can cook all by yourself. What are some of the other meals you can cook by yourself?
Pizza, we can make cake, and I'm thinking we've made empanadas before.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about making a dessert version, like frosting.
Apple pie filling?
Yeah.
You can make apple pie. He can also make burgers and fries. You also help me a lot with lasagna. You can do spaghetti and meat sauce by yourself. And the twins are only 10. They're really only 10. Last Mother's Day, they cooked me. What did you cook?
A large dinner.
Oh, it was breakfast.
I mean breakfast.
Breakfast. It was bacon and eggs, pancakes, fresh tea, not tea bags, but I think they did ginger and clove tea and everything like that. So your children really can cook, and you can cook as well. So now we're going to prepare the pie dough and the crust. We have normally the pie sheets come in, the pie pans come with 2. So I just always started to do 2. Sometimes I will do a beef and I will do a chicken, but this time we're just doing 2 chickens because I wanted Gabriel to run through this with me. And the puff pastry sheets as well. They also come in 2 sheets, so that will serve for the 2 pies. You definitely can make the pie crust or the puff pastry dough yourself, but that's just a lot of work. If I had to do that, that's when I would do it for someone's birthday. It always tastes better. Fresh always tastes better. But this is just as good. You get a really nice pie crust. You can try the different ones and see which one your family likes the best. And the puff pastry, just get a really nice one. It's very buttery. You'll see how well it puffs up, and it's easy peasy. So what you're going to do first, we're going to stretch out the puff pastry dough just a little bit, and we're going to cut it out prior to putting the filling in the pan, and we're going to use the extra dough. I like flowers, so I'm going to put flowers on top of my pie. And what are you going to do, Gabe?
I'm going to add diamonds.
He's going to add some diamonds. So
now let's get started.
Let's get started. Yesterday when I purchased the puff pastries, I actually forgot to put them in the freezer. So they had defrosted. So when I remembered, I put it back in the freezer, and they are very sticky and buttery. So if you make this mistake, just let it thaw out and then take it apart as much as you can. They may stick together, so what you do, you just take it apart, but this dough is very pliable. 1 second, Gabe, 1 second, because it's gonna stick to the counter if you don't have enough flour on it, right?
Oh, no.
So we are going, let me give you a little bit of flour.
Thank you.
And having two, it just allows the children to get their hands in it to actually see what goes on. So take your rolling pin. Thank you, Streamer, for my wonderful rolling pin. This came all the way from India. So we're going to roll it out. Not heavy. Don't put a lot of pressure because we don't want to roll out all the layers that it already naturally has within it. So we're trying to make a square, but bigger than the pie crust, right?
Then we're gonna cut off the extra.
Right? Let's see. Just a little bit more, I would say down at the bottom part. Okay?
Ooh.
Then you will try to take off as much flour as you can, making sure it can still move. This piece of the paper from the puff pastry. You see I have a little crack here? So this dough is very easy to put back together because it's so buttery. Now you're going to take your pie crust. Okay, that's good, Gabe, put it down. Take your pie crust and turn it over onto your puff pastry. We want the pie crust to be a little bigger. We want our puff pastry to be a little bigger than the pie crust. So we're going to start out here. I'm using a cookie cutter. You can use a knife just the same, and you're going to go around as best as you can to just make it a little bigger, about 1/4 of an inch. Go ahead. This can go out. Wait. Let's push this out just a little bit more. Let's give you just a little bit more room.
Thank you.
Right? Yeah, that gives you some more space. So cut around now. Starting just a little bit off there. Go around in the circle. Go around. The puff pastry will swell up. So, and it will shrink a little bit. So you don't want to cut it the size of the pie crust because then it will become smaller than the actual pie crust. Excellent. Excellent. Now we're going to take off the excess. Just take it off, Gabe. Take off your excess. Try not to roll it up because remember we're going to cut out shapes.
Ooh.
We're going to still use this dough. Right? Let's move that over there. Don't take it off. Take this off. Right? Now we are ready to fill. Let me show everyone at home what Gabriel made. Can you see that? So good. Now you see that as you let it cool, it has thickened up a little bit. You don't have to let it cool all the way. Sometimes you can, but time is of the essence now. So we are going to go ahead and prepare it from now. So I'm going to put half of the filling. Gabriel, you want to put the filling in your pie crust? Go ahead. Take the ladle. Fill up your ladle, making sure you get broccoli and chicken and all of that. And put it in your pie.
Spread it.
Yeah, spread it. If you find that your filling is too runny, you can do several things. You can let it dry down a little bit, but not too long because you don't want the cream to separate and split, and then it'll just be like spoiled cream, and we don't want that. Or you can add about a tablespoon of flour. Just sprinkle it over the mixture and stir it, and it will thicken up the sauce.
Is this enough?
What we'll do, we'll add some to mine now. Oh,
Okay.
here's my dough.
Ooh, there we go.
I'll bring it over here so you guys at home can see.
Delicious food we made.
It smells amazing. You can get some more, Gabe.
Okay.
You can fill up your pie. This is enough for 2 pies comfortably.
Or a bit more, maybe.
No, this is enough for 2 pies.
Okay.
You fill up both pies. One day I'll do the meat one, the beef one for you. That one has mushrooms, red onions, really, really good. Or a seafood one with shrimp. So, okay, that's good, right? So, then we are ready to put the pie crust on. We are going to take it this way because there's quite a bit of flour on the bottom. Turn it over and dust off some of that flour. Being very delicate with it, right? Dust off some of that extra flour. Yep, fix it if you get a little knot in it. You dust it off because you don't want that raw flour taste. Okay, so we're going to take the pie, Gabe, and this is what you're going to do. Pay attention first. Wait, pay attention.
Just filling in the
Look at me first. You're going to bring the dough to the end of the pie crust. Bring it up and then roll it on top of it. It's going to spill over just a little bit. Like I said, if you get a crack, you bring it in. Then bring that back to you. Go, pick it up. Hold on to that side. Yeah. Then you bring it. Excellent. You bring that back. Now, because you have extra hanging over, what you're going to do now, you're going to let it come back now to the pie crust. So it'll give it enough to swell up. If you want to put a decorative edge, no. We want the air to fill in. We want to leave it. So all you're doing is creating space for the pie to fluff up on the inside.
Okay.
Okay.
And thank you for the help.
Yeah, you're welcome. No, thank you. You're helping me make dinner. So now you can take your fingers and pinch the pie crust, the puff pastry all around. You can do this way. You can pinch it. Wait, no, you're going to pinch. I like everything to look pretty. That's why I keep saying we eat with our eyes first. Something could really taste good, but if it looks like poo on a plate or just gross, you more than likely, it'll turn your stomach, right? So you can fold it however you like. You're trying to slightly seal it. Right? Excellent. You're going to preheat your oven for 400 degrees. And now, this is where you use the scraps. Like I said, I have flowers. So, I am going to cut out a couple flowers and put it in the center. And you're going to cut out some diamonds, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to spread out my dough just a little bit so it'll give me the room. Around Christmas time, I would have cut out Christmas trees, or Thanksgiving, I'll cut out a turkey. I didn't press down hard enough. I'll see if I can get three flour. Just because I don't like extra calories, unnecessary calories, I've tried this with putting an egg wash, and I've tried it without, and I think it's just as good without the extra egg wash on top of it. It becomes golden brown just the same because, like I said, this puff pastry has a lot of butter in it. So I tried to minimize how much extra calories. So now I will take this dough. Excellent, Gabe.
Can I make one more?
Sure. I would repurpose the dough. You can feel all the butter in it. Actually, I am going to make a big one, a heavier one in the center. Great job, Gabe.
I'm actually going to do your idea.
Yeah.
Make one thick one.
It's very buttery. So I'm going to spread out my flour. Okay. You almost done?
Yes.
That's a nice diamond there you got going on in there.
Mm.
And use your hands.
I was
Okay,
pressing
go down.
it there.
Oh, remember the sharp part.
You don't want to.
Try to keep the shape. Put it in.
Boop.
And now in an oven of 400 degrees preheated, we're going to put this for 15 to 20 minutes until it's golden brown. High five, Gabe. Good job. We finished our chicken pot pie. The storm hasn't come yet, so we are gonna sit down and eat. Great job, Gabe. Which one are we gonna cut first?
Yours.
You wanna cut mine? Why not yours?
Because, like, we will see how the professionals do it.
Yours is
Then
very
we will
professional
compare it
as
to
well.
you- to
Everything's
mine.
exactly the same. Yours is very professional
Are you
as well.
sure everything's exactly the
Well,
same?
almost. Everything is almost the same, right?
Okay.
Okay, no problem. You have that nice crust. It smells amazing in here.
Nice and crunchy.
Hear that?
Yeah. That looks delicious.
So good. Do you guys see this? It smells amazing. That sauce. You want this one? You can have the first piece.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna cut another slice. I used to get the freezer, I don't know if it's Stouffer's, but a pot pie in the freezer at the grocery store. And I had a family member come and he was like, pot pie? Who eats chicken pot pie? But it was the little one that you buy, but I liked it. So I was like, I'm gonna show him, I'm gonna make it fresh. And since we started doing it like this, we never went back to that frozen stuff. Like, it's like night and day. Ooh, blow it, it's hot.
Not really. It's good.
It's so good. This would be a wonderful, wonderful meal for your family. I hope you try it. I'm Franka Potter.
And I'm Gabriel Potter.
See you next time.